There's a piece out today. Is it NBC? Yeah, NBC News, talking about how, as I mentioned in the opening, he's got to use the short stairway. You know, the short bus. He's on the short stairway to get on Air Force One. He can't make it up the normal stairway. A robust young man or normal person of any age could use. So now he's got to go through the much shorter entry. He is described by those who are his allies in this piece as, quote, quite frail, does not have the stamina levels, they say, of Obama or a younger president. He, of course, needs extra large font on the teleprompter and note cards to remind him of the points that he is supposed to make in meetings. We've seen his cheat sheets for reporters. There are allegations he's actually gotten the questions from the reporters, like the LA Times. Eliana, he's special. He's a special president of the United States.
I mean, look, this goes to what we were talking about a little bit before. The media may not be covering it, but the American people can see it, and they don't want either one of these guys. The only people who want a Trump and Biden rematch are the press, who are very much pushing for Biden to be the Democratic nominee and Trump to be the Republican nominee. That is the narrative that we are getting. But the Biden coverage is amusing in the sense that these news reports, quote unquote, are telling us what we can see with our own eyes. We've been seeing AP photographs of the guy's note cards who name his own staffers and tell him where they're sitting in relation to him for the past year. And we can see his little shuffling steps on and off stage, again, with our own eyes. We can see that he's frail. We can see that he's feeble. And it is only the people, his aides quoted in stories, who tell us that he's so energetic they can't keep up with him. So yes, I did read with amusement in the press story that he's using the 14-step stairway to get onto Air Force One as opposed to the 26-step stairway, because that leaves 12 fewer steps for him potentially to fall on and embarrass himself. It is sad. And I do think that this desire among so many of our politicians, it is not just Joe Biden, but he's an extreme example, to stay in public life long after their expiration date. We have Dianne Feinstein in the Senate, is like a symptom of something bad. I mean, he talks about his grandchildren all the time. Go spend some time with them.
Yes. You know, I have to say, like, Chuck Grassley's older than all of them and seems to be holding it together just fine. And then there's Alan Dershowitz, who I think is 85, who puts us all to shame. So it's not that it's impossible to be even in your mid to late 80s and be very with it. I mean, it's possible. It's just not happening in the case of Joe Biden or Dianne Feinstein. It's just not. So they're kind of undermining it for everybody else, right? It's like, if you're making the case to the most American people that it's your age that's the problem, whereas it's you. Maybe you didn't exercise. Maybe you didn't make good life choices. I don't know why you wound up this way versus Alan Dershowitz. It's really, it shouldn't be my problem, but it is because you're president of the United States.
Good campaign for one of the old people who's keeping it together to run against them. I like that.
I mean, that is the thing. Like, Donald Trump and Joe Biden are not that different age-wise, and yet it's night and day. Like, whatever you think about either of them politically, Donald Trump is obviously somebody of an advanced age who doesn't have the medical complications of Biden's advanced age. And that's one thing that the media can cover Biden as much as they want. They can have fun pictures of him, whatever. They can't hide it. I mean, they really cannot hide his age. And the poll you cited, Megyn, one thing that stands out to me, where you have 70% of the country that would prefer an option other than Trump and other than Biden. They don't want that matchup. Both of those men are, as of right now, refusing to debate. Joe Biden doesn't want to take the debate stage. Donald Trump doesn't want to take the debate stage. Joe Biden doesn't want there to even be a Democratic Party debate about who the nominee would be, despite the fact that you do have a lot of the country and a lot of Democrats exhausted with his presidency and Donald Trump himself. I mean, one thing I think about is in 2015 and 2016, you basically had about 70% of Republican voters going for somebody other than Trump. Like, that number was pretty constant. Most voters in the Republican primary voted against Donald Trump. Trump, and it was something like a 60-40, 70-30 ratio. Now it's the exact opposite. You have about that 30% split among all the different candidates and about 70% for Trump. But a lot of that is people feeling like it's inevitable and that they're going to have to. He's the only person at this point that can beat Joe Biden, and it's an inevitability when you have 30% of people that are absolutely fully committed to Donald Trump. So the fact that nobody of these men of advanced age, who frankly statistically might not make it through a full presidency, even though they're on different ends of the health spectrum, I would say, for men of their age, and neither is planning to debate an opponent. I mean, that is also, to Eliana's point about what this says about our politics, that's really bad.
For 3 days only, cbdistillery.com is giving you an exclusive offer, and it's incredible. Right now, you can get up to 50% off everything when you use code VIP. Choose from a range of carefully formulated CBD and other plant-based solutions for relaxation, stress, sleep, and pain after physical activity, even mood and focus. They extract healing plant compounds and vital nutrients for your whole body. No artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, or sweeteners, just 100% clean ingredients. Don't miss this exclusive VIP sale and get up to 50% off your order. Visit cbdistillery.com and enter VIP. That's cbdistillery.com, enter VIP, cbdistillery.com. Not available in Idaho, Iowa, or South Dakota. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.